Hello shrimp and fish people, and welcome back to Corner 10 Corner. In this video I want to share with you how I clean my dual sponge filters. Although the maintenance seems to be pretty simple, I'm going to take it a step further and actually show you what you should do at least once a year, possibly two or more if you have snails. But before we start, make sure you have the following things: a hose, which you're going to use to siphon out the water. We're going to need a bucket where the water is going to go, and this is also where we're going to clean the filters. And you're also going to need some water prepared for your tank. This is going to be a partial water change. So I already siphoned some water out of the tank. I'd say about maybe 10% or so. I may be taking some more out later when I put the sponges back. But I siphoned that water into the bucket, and this is where I'm going to be cleaning the sponge filters, okay? So I'm just going to show you what I do here. I just pull out, basically, this is a bigger size dual sponge filter, so it has two suction cups. It's a little better attached to the glass. So just bear with me because I'm doing this with one hand. So when you pull it off the filter, just quickly check to make sure there's no shrimplets on it, and then just transfer it into the bucket. So I may take the other one off right away as well. The water does get a little dirty, but that'll all clear up later on. Okay, so just check, make sure there's no shrimplets on. This tank is not really overpopulated, so there should be no problems. And if you do end up getting some in here, you can always take them out. Alright, so the next step is you just take the sponge filter and squeeze it. And you can see how dirty this is. So some people will say don't squeeze it too much because you get rid of all the bacteria, but you know, a lot of bacteria will be left behind. So I clean it as much as I can, and then squeeze out that stuff, and then I just put it right back in. But before I do that, I am just going to put it back in the water here so the bacteria doesn't die. Show you the second one. I mean, the water is pretty black already, so this needed maintenance. I believe I didn't clean this one for about 5 weeks or so. Alright, so this is what you would do. And the next step would be you just put it right back in. Maybe I'll show you what I'm talking about. So you're just gonna put it right there and just wiggle it back and forth and get it in, just like that. And that will be done, right? So put the other one in, and you're all done. But I said I'm gonna take you one step further, and I'm gonna show you how to clean the rest of the filter. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pull out the filter. I'll probably do that off camera. So I'm gonna pull the whole assembly out, then I'll show you how I clean it, okay? Alright guys, so I took this the rest of the filter to the sink because I wanted to use clean water to clean it. And this is the part that a lot of people don't know that they need to clean. And I would suggest probably once a year, possibly more if you have snails, because snails will actually crawl inside and they will actually die right here in the junction where the air is coming out, and then there's no air coming out, so there's no filter is not functional anymore, right? So I want to show you what you do in this case, and you can see that it's quite dirty. There's a lot of algae inside. I mean, it's dirty, right? So I want to show you guys how I clean this. One thing that you will require, and I didn't mention it earlier, is actually some of these brushes. I just purchased these online on Deal Extreme, I believe. They were pretty cheap, and I use it for quite a few years now. It's just cleaning brushes for filters. Okay, so what we're gonna do first is disassemble the whole thing. So what I usually start with is I just start taking everything apart. Corner, they're all in pieces. I believe this comes off as well, see? And then we'll just put everything in the sink, disassemble the whole thing, clean it. This comes out. This top one comes out as well. Oh, looks like it's gonna detach right here. Okay. And this is the part here that I wanted to show you. Let me just dry my hands for a second and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Hopefully the camera will pick it up. Try to zoom in. And you see right there where the pipe is meeting, right there, and like, it's hard for me. Let me use this guy here for pointing. So I'll zoom in a little bit. Alright guys, I apologize. I had to try to find the focus. But you see right there, that line goes around. That is all dirt, algae that are broken off and just went through there, possibly some snail shells. And that's what we're gonna clean now, okay? So I'm gonna take it a little further apart and then possibly see some better shots here. So this pipe will come out as well, just like that. The top will detach, I believe. You don't really need to, so I'll just take the bottom out. Sometimes it's really hard. I've taken this one a few times apart, so it's not as bad. So I'm gonna try to show you again what I'm talking about. See if that works. See right there? There's a lot of dirt, okay? So to clean that, I'm going to be basically simply under running water. I'm going to be using this guy here, this brush, and I'm just going to run it right through. Just like that. Now this is going to splash around, so if you want to avoid splashing, you can actually pre-fill the sink with water and actually do it underwater, and that's going to prevent all these splashes. Okay, so you're just going to put it underwater, do that a few times, and I'll show you the results. Clean. Those are all droplets that you see inside. Okay, because there's a little tiny holes all around where the air is coming out, so you got to clean that. As I said, I suggest twice or once a year. I said if you have snails, more times. Okay, if you have algae issues, you got to do it more as well, and you will notice your flow will actually decrease. Okay, so I'm just gonna continue cleaning the rest here using these brushes and probably do this in time lapse. So at this point I finished cleaning it, so I'm just going to put it together. Start with the bottom, because that's my gauge where I should start. Okay, just put the sides in. It's very simple. Is that right? Seems wrong. It's this way. Not as simple as I thought. Okay, just like that. These guys go right here. Okay. Keep it straight. We got this guy here. Just pop it in. You hear that click, you know it's in. Okay, so how's it go? Oh, there we go. Because the suction cup is going to be on this side towards the wall. So that's how it goes. Then we got this guy here, so the suction cup's in the back. Line it up. Line this guy with this guy where the little guys, the little pipe is going to go. Okay, so just push it right in. It may be a little off, but you know, just straighten it out. Make sure that it's in all the way. Push the air pipe. Okay. This guy goes on the top. And the last piece. And there you have it, guys. That's how it goes together. Hopefully you saw. I'm not sure if it was too zoomed in. So now I'm just going to put the sponges back onto this and put it back into the tank, and I'm done. Alright guys, so I'm back in the shrimp room. So I'm just gonna take these sponges, maybe give them a few more squeezes just to make sure that they're clean. Okay, and I'm gonna put it back on the filter. See if I can do this with one hand. Okay, there's one. It's actually easier to do than when it's in the water for some reason. I don't know. Oops, spoke too soon. Okay, here we go. There it is. So now I'm just gonna have to reattach the hose, and I'm not sure if I'll be able to do that with one hand. So I'm just gonna set the camera down and I'll come back to you. Okay, so I reattached the air hose to the filter, and I'm just going to position the filter back where it used to be. Okay. And that's pretty much it. Oops, I don't want to break this flanger here. It's nicely, see all these flowers? It's beautiful. There's 5, 6 of them. I just increased the lighting a little bit, and it started flowering right away. So that's kind of cool. All right, so that is that. Just make sure that it's straight. All right, guys. So the filter is in its place. I already turned the air on. It's running smoother than it did. It looks clean. The only thing that's left to do is maybe take a little more water out, refill that ducting oxidator that is floating, the other one in the back, clean the glass here, add fresh water, and that's pretty much it, okay? So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe, okay? See you next time.